Welcome to the Developing Leaders series. My name is Miriam McLemore, former corporate CIO at the Coca-Cola Company and now enterprise strategist with AWS, where I partner with leaders globally to enable business transformation. We have invited leaders from around the world and across industries to share their insights on leadership, vision, strategy, and people development. Mahmoud, thank you so much for joining us today.
Sure, thanks for having me.
We are thrilled to have the opportunity to gain your insights first on hiring and developing your team. Can you talk to us about things you look for when you're hiring leaders?
Sure. So when it comes to leaders, there are 5 key elements we look at in leaders. 1, they need to be smart. So they need to be smart, high IQ, they get it, all the stuff. The second one is they need to have energy. They need to have lots of energy because smart enough without energy doesn't go too far. So with energy, they need to be resilient under pressure. They need to persevere. The third one, they need to be able to energize others. They need to be influential. They need to be consultative so they can drive the teams with them. And the fourth one, all of these 3 are not good with no results. So results, they need to be able to deliver business results. And the fifth one, they need to have lots of integrity. So these 5 elements will make great leaders. And then once you get a leader, you give them opportunities, you give them challenges, and then you rotate them into other roles. So before you promote them to bigger roles, you give them other challenges so they're really rounded before they get a bigger role. And in IT specifically, we look for leaders to be business leaders first, technology leaders second.
I think those are absolutely wonderful characteristics. How do you inspire them to learn about the business and to really develop themselves?
The way we get them to learn about the business, again, goes back to our leaders needs to be business leaders first, IT leaders second. So our leaders are embedded into the business, and we empower them. So, for example, every leader on my team is empowered to do my job, is empowered to work with the business and make sure they solve for the business problems. It's not like we look at IT as in terms of from order taker to strategic advisor to consultant to trusted partner. So that's how we measure the teams. And then you have to be a trusted partner, strategic advisor to be an IT leader. So you're working and partnering with the business, and you're not just taking requirements over the wall. So that's how we can involve them into the business. They go solve business problems, and people we empower to go find a white space and find business opportunities. Partner with the business, show the art of the possible from a technology perspective, and then collaborate with the business to deliver business solutions for our customers.
Yeah, and I love the word empowerment. So when you empower your leaders, what are some of the attributes of that empowerment? Is it around decision making or around scope of work? When you say empower?
Sure.
Can you
Empowering has multifacets. So sometimes people will think they have to get permission for everything. So when you tell them ask for forgiveness, don't ask for permission. Meaning let them put themselves in your shoes every time they need to make a decision. So give them challenges, step away, and let them see how they perform. Make sure they don't fall. Keep pushing them, and the higher they can go, you keep giving them higher and higher and higher, and then bigger challenges and bigger challenges. And the way I think about it, I tell my team, the more they can do, the more I can do. Right. So I want to spend 50% of my time on doing stuff not related to my immediate organization. I want to be able to be with the business. I want to be able to be with partners. I want to be able to be outside, so we can see what's happening in the industry and we can bring it in, especially in the business. And there are different roles in IT. You can be business-focused kind of IT leader. You can be technology kind of a leader. And both of them, you look internally and externally, focus on the customer, focus on the business partners, and show the art of the possible and collaborate with the business to bring it in.
Absolutely. I just last week spoke on a topic of technology driving innovation, and in innovation also driving technology. How do you keep yourself and your team current on technology trends?
Well, at Verizon, we set the trend.
There you go. That's the best way.
We were the first to do 4G. We were the first doing 5G. But again, in all fairness, we all into technology. So there are multiple avenues we stay into technology. One, where I'm on multiple kind of advisory boards. So that's how you can connect with different partners and you can see what's happening in the industry. Also today we have I have the Center of Excellence for Emerging Technologies, and the objective of this center is to look at emerging technologies externally and bring it to Verizon, test it, and for those that work, we can figure out how we scale it within the company. So this is like right now, like we're looking at AI, ML, at machine learning, at RPA, at blockchain, and virtual assistants. So these are all technologies that are ripe, and right now this is where you put like rocket fuel behind these technologies and start to leverage it to make a bigger impact for our customers.
Absolutely agree. Can you share an example of one of those that's an exciting, whether AI or ML type of
AI, ML. And again, going back to the previous example, so AI, ML are, I would say, on the right side of the S-curve. This is where you put the rocket fuel behind them.
Right.
Whereas like blockchain, it's still, you're kind of dabbling, it's still testing, so that's more on the left side. So going back, I would say AI, ML is the biggest one that we're focused on right now. How do we scale it across the company for this again for robotics process automation, for virtual assistants, and for personalizing our customer experience throughout their journey, all the way how they learn about products and services, how they buy them, how they kind of use our products and services, how we make our network powered by AI, ML, so we can anticipate our users' needs and make our user experience very good. We continue to set the standards on our network experience, on our product experience. So there's always a higher gear.
Yeah.
That's what Lowell McAdam.
Yeah.
That's his main kind of thing. Even if you have an issue, how do you anticipate your issue and kind of fix your issue or try to understand what your issue? And then so throughout your experience, powering your experience with AI, ML, that's a big focus area for us.
So tell me about agility and how Verizon views agility.
Sure. That's a great question. So you think about efficiency, speed, and innovation. Agility is about changing the way we work. So historically, when you think about the whole software development pipeline, you get IT working with the business, and like you develop the code based on the requirements, and then you go to infrastructure and give them the code, and they have to drop it, and then usually you have to build infrastructure.
Months later.
Exactly. So you get lots of too many handoffs. So think about agility is like how do you change the way we work, and how do we set up these kind of full stack teams. And how to develop talent that's T-shaped, meaning they have like broad experience and they're deep into like one of them, but they're multi-skilled. So when it comes to agility, think about DevOps. So how do you automate the software development lifecycle? And even before that, how do you work with the business in an agile way? So how do you focus on time to value? So agility is about time to value. From the time the business think of something to do for our customers, how fast can we bring it to life for our customers? So that's what I mean by agility. So think about between business and IT, how do we work in an agile way where we kind of, we don't get a 6 months project, we get it like 2-3 weeks kind of and chunk it so we can sprint it. That's one. And then how do we automate the software development lifecycle so we can improve time to value, improve quality, improve mean time to repair. And then how do we leverage elastic infrastructure that we can use on demand to scale up and down. So these are the three elements how we can stitch this whole agility into the business. So that's from a software development lifecycle all the way working with the business to deploying the code. And then now we're shifting also, like the higher gear is to take it even one higher gear from project-based to product-based. How do you get full stack team embedded with the business, focused on the business outcome? And that's how, if you want to increase video on demand usage per month per customer from 2 to 3, that's the need that everybody watches. It's not like I delivered my code. It's not like I tested my code. It's not like this requirement is missing. Get everybody in the same room and get that
focus on
focus on the business. Mm-hmm. So that's how we're kind of, I would say, focus on agility. It's all about the customer. It's all about time to value.
So tell me what your winning aspiration is. What do you focus on?
At Verizon and IT, our winning aspiration is like threefold. The first one, we want to develop products and services that our employees and our customers love. The second one, we want to be the destination for top talent. And the third one is to make IT the investment and innovation center.
Yeah, wonderful inspiration. Well, Mahmoud, thank you so much for being here with us today and sharing your insights. This has been just fabulous to learn more about Verizon.
Sure, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me again.